everyone, so we're here today at Natureopolis Aquatics with Darren. Darren owns the shop and we're going to be asking a few questions for you all. So Darren, first question is always, how did you get started in the hobby?
I've been obsessed with fish for a very, very long time, about 30 years now. So like everyone, started off with a couple of goldfish in a bowl, and then when I got to about 12, went to my uncle's garage and he had a 5-foot tank that was sitting there, not doing anything, and amazingly still had a few guppies left in the bottom. So yeah, he said I could take that one, and I was like, well, on earth am I going to put a 5-foot tank? I come from quite a low income family, so not a very big house, but I managed to squeeze it into my bedroom. So there's about that much gap between my bed and this aquarium. So yeah, that's when I kind of started it, and then started getting into the aquascaping. Back then didn't have any proper soils, so it's all peat-based stuff from the garden centre. So yeah, nice heating coil from a reptile shop underneath, then the peat, and then layers of gravel stuff on top. Grew all of that up and got into my discus fish. Absolutely loved discus, and went to a shop and they had these lovely silver discus there, and I said to them, silver discus, this is strange. These are amazing. Are they definitely discus? Yeah, definitely discus fish. Silver dollars.
Okay.
So yeah, massive herbivores, and so within 2 months, 2 silver dollars that sort of size, and no plants left. So then, you know, like everyone, we progress onto something else. It then becomes a cichlid aquarium.
Right, nice.
Which then took me through quite nicely. Got obsessed with Malawis after that. And then when I started our first shop about 3 years ago, that's when I started really getting into the marine side of it.
So about 3 years ago, nice, okay. So tell us a little bit about the other shop. You're doing a transition at the moment, aren't you?
Yeah, so we're expanding. The other shop's only about 65 square metres, whereas this one downstairs is 100 square metres.
Wow.
Upstairs is 188 square metres, but that's without the little studio bit I showed you. We've got space at the back for all of the ponds and that as well, and it's in a much better location. So we're in Tunbridge, which is right next to Royal Tunbridge Wells. We're right next to Maidstone as well, so we're on a main commuter route, which is great. We open 3 nights a week until 7 PM.
Okay.
So people get a phone call from their wife going, oh my god, your tank's bubbling again. It's like, hey,
straight after work.
So yeah, I mean it works out quite nicely that people are able to stop on their way home.
That's good.
I live literally 3 minutes away from the other shop, which is a 45-minute drive from here. So for me, by opening 7 o'clock, it means that I can miss all of the traffic.
That's brilliant.
So yeah, so that works out really, really well for us.
What you want, isn't it, really?
So we're just pretty much relocating. There's some major issues on motorway junctions near us, which has restricted trade. So knowing that was going to happen, that's why it's like, well, we need to find somewhere which we can to be able to move out to and expand to until all those roadworks are complete.
A better location in total then. So will the other shops still stay there, or will that be
So that shop for now is completely going.
Okay.
Once the roadworks finish at the end of 2024, then we'll relook at that. It's within a garden centre called Stones Garden Centre. So the company name is actually Stones Aquatics Limited. So all of our online shop is based underneath that name, so we'll continue to trade online as Stones Aquatics Limited. All of our installations and our maintenance services will also continue under Stones Aquatics. But because this shop is no longer inside the garden centre, it's like, well, let's have our own name, which is why we come up with Natureopolis.
One of the questions that we've got for you is there any specific memories or stories that you've had over the years of being in the hobby or having a fish shop that you want to share with your viewers?
It's not what you think it is, alright? Owning a fish shop is not sitting around watching fish all day and serving the odd customer and having a nice coffee with them. There's a lot of hard work, you know. There's a lot of animal welfare, and to keep your tanks looking nice and healthy every single day, you're doing something. I'd say probably at least 80% of the work is animal welfare, 20% is customer service. And as soon as you've finished doing all of the animal welfare, so Monday to Friday you'll do all of your big water changes, all of your tank cleaning, glass cleaning. Saturday, Sunday no maintenance because it looks amazing for all of you guys at the weekend, and then Monday you start again. So yeah, I think that's the main thing. So, it's great, it's lovely being able to work with all these wonderful fish, animals, corals, all of that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
but it takes a lot of hard work,
Yeah.
which is what you should be doing at home anyway.
Yeah.
So it is part of the hobby. You know, the maintenance is part of the hobby, and I believe it's a true reflection of your own character on how you maintain your aquarium.
Yeah, absolutely. Get into a routine. I think the routine is kind of one of the main things as well, is making sure that it's kind of the same time or the same day that you
Have a plan.
have a plan.
Do your testing, especially on marine. Like,
Yeah.
you know, if you want to keep corals, you need to be keeping on top of that. And I'd say the biggest mistake that I've made is underestimating that part of it, especially at home. Running the 2 stores now meant that my 5-foot tank at home got neglected, and very, very quickly phosphates and nitrates become 0, which wiped out all of my SPS, and then my filefish died. So Aptasia come back and stung everything else, so I ended up with just some softies there. So
I've been there. I promise you, I've been there.
It's painful, very, very painful.
Yeah.
But
it is.
because we have got display tanks in the shop, and because it's a new shop, I thought, what better way to enjoy my own stock, my own fish, by bringing them into the store.
Yeah.
So now all of my lovely yellow tangs and stuff are here.
Yeah.
The corals that I've got left are here, which I'm able to keep on top of, maintain, and enjoy because I can see them.
Oh, that's nice. That's really nice. So what is your favourite part of the hobby or owning a shop?
Part which, as you get bigger, becomes harder to do, and that's interacting with customers.
Okay.
Finding out what problems they've got, and being able to work out a solution with them to make them successful.
Okay. So helping others, that's really kind of...
you know, for me, when someone comes in and says, "Look, Darren, I've got this issue. I want to keep these corals, and what do I do?" I say to them, "Right, go home, do these tests, come back to me in a week's time with another set of tests, and we'll work out what you need to do in terms of dosing, or to get rid of that cyano issue, or to make sure that you can keep SPS by making sure everything's stable, and then seeing them succeed in that, and then be able to move on, grow their own frags, and be able to swap it out so that they can grow their collection. I think the reward is being able to see other people progress in the hobby."
Yeah, definitely. And for me, one of my favourite things is learning, and I don't think you ever stop in this hobby learning about it. So.
And your opinion will change every 6 months. So, I mean, that's the other thing. I think when you're starting out, there's a lot of misinformation out there, and I think if you're looking at a video, say on YouTube, on someone's channel, you need to look at that video and then see if they've got another one 6 months later.
Yeah.
It's quite often you'll find that once they've tried something for a while, they've realised actually it doesn't quite work the way that I want to, and now I've changed my opinion on that, or they've done a bit more research.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess also not just watching one kind of person's view on it and seeing what other people say and do, or reading the comments as well on some videos as well is interesting, because someone will have a different opinion on what you might have done in a video, and then that's interesting to see how someone else would deal with it.
Just because it works for them doesn't mean it's going to work for you. Find yourself a good local shop, which will give you good advice, and stick to that advice. Don't get a bit from that person, a bit from that person, and a bit from that person. Because the amount of times that we're giving the right advice to a customer, they're working along that, and then their mate Jimmy down the road says, "Oh no, actually you need to add this, or this new product, or that new product," which goes against completely what you're doing with everything else.
And what you're working towards.
Try not to get too much information from too many different sources.
Right, okay. Well, thank you very much, Darren. I'm going to show everyone the whole shop, and we've got more to add, haven't we, as and when
everything gets built up nicely.
Currently in construction, the shop itself, but we'll see where it takes you, and I'm excited for you. Lots of work. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching, and take care.
Cheers.
Don't forget that you can go over to your website.
Yep, so if you go to natureopolis.co.uk, and that will give you information about the new shop, and if you click on the shop link, it will actually take you through to Stones Aquatics, where you can purchase all of the stuff.
Okay, thank you very much.
Cheers.